Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, to introducing me. Okay, all and good afternoon to all the participants present over here. Today we are going to be talk. This is the very that is the topic that is buzzing, and because it is a topic associated with the academic acknowledgement, academic your identifications basically. Because all you are doing the research or you are the because your journey already started in the field of the research, and naturally the first milestone already you covered, and you are searching for the new what is the new thing that you can do for your career, for your growth, for your development. So naturally this is the thing, and that is I'm going to be handling today topic, that is research proposal writing for the funding agency. I'm going to be taking this one. I'm making it is uh, full screen now. It is visible to everyone, I think.
Yes,
Please
ma'am.
confirm me back. Okay,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you. Now we are going to be start the today presentations. This is the very vast topic that I am going to be take, but I want to be I am trying to be confined, summarize all those things in an 1 hour session, including the question and answer round session. Okay, so today I'm going to be handle this thing, the content I'm going to be covered in my lecture. That is what is the need of the proposal. What are the steps to be involved to for a funding agency? What are the key elements to write a proposal for a research proposal for a funding agency? What are the funding agency available and additional agency? What are the additional agencies available? Okay, now let's see. The first things I'm going to be covered, that is because we are talking about the research and proposal, because this is the association of the two words, research and the proposal. So we find out the research. What is the difference between a common that is the research things in the associated with your thesis, where PhD thesis or the dissertation work or the project work or any type of the things, and what the basic difference in the this the research proposal for funding and because okay. So let's every research are basically it is started with the problem identification. Okay, so there is a the basically the title of the proposal going to be deal with the first three things. What is the first things? That is the problem identification, then in-depth study and the probable solutions. Naturally, your proposal should include all those three things. I'm going to be handled one by one this thing, three things. So first thing is the problem identification. What it is mean of the problem? Because your whole proposal will be based on the, because if you identify the good that is problem, and you are going to be propose the probable solution of this particular problem, then if this problem is addressed to the mass of the population, means if any problem that is address the um, mass of the population, means it is not particular limited to any district, any particular state. It should be generalized. Should be covered more than one state, more the or across the pan or across the basically. If you are talking about the funding agency in India, so naturally we have to be look those problems, basically problem identification, and now the question is arises how you are going to be identify the problem. Basically, being a researcher, you have to be observe your society in a very, I think, in a detailed manner. Everywhere when you being a consumer or being a that is because you are taking the service of the government, taking the service what the services provided the government to in the form of the infrastructure and in form of other services like medical facility, education facilities, and all the transportation facilities. Means infrastructure related all the facility you are getting from the government. So when you are taking this all the services, so you are uh, some way you stuck somewhere, or you got something that is due to the you are not getting the service in a proper time, you are not finding that is you are stuck somewhere and not getting the solution that case. So basically being a consumer. You are using so many services that is provided by the government as well as the private organization means companies are providing. And when you are using this type of services, then you find some difficulty to find the usability or the utility of the service in time or in the correct price. In that case, is this type of problem you can identify in the between the society, because you are living in a between the society. So naturally, you can taking means receiving all those type of the things, that is, whether it's a good thing or bad thing, it comes to you. So naturally, this you have to be identify the problem. It may be related to the society, it may be related to the industry. Both the things you can cover. Means it depends upon your exposure. If your exposure in the society, basically society, so you can take the problem, anything that is from the society. If your exposure in the, because you are, if you are serving in a particular industry like IT industry or any medical sector, you are working, you are serving in this type of system. So this type of sector, you are serving in this type of sector. Naturally, in that case, you can identify what the problem these types of services are facing around it. Okay, so naturally, problem identification, you have to be get into the that is in meet of the this problem. Means you have to identify your problem. You have to be at least, you have to be in the society or in the particular industry, then you can assess or identify the correct problem what the society is facing or the industry is facing. For an example, like government are proposing or launching so many programs in the form of the Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and so many Mudra Yojana. These all types of programs are government are launching on the basis of the some research proposal that is already it, all the programs are behind a good and in-depth study, and that government launch a program. But the government launching of the program and implementations of the program and actually it is delivered to the actual person, there is this so many so many flawless, means any fault will come and the actual things are not delivered to the actual person. Okay, in that this manner you can identify that these things are, this can be, these things, these are the problem of the things are introducing, things are basically introducing and launching by the government side, but it is not going to the correct hand, in the not into the correct person. This is the problem. You can, in this manner you can identify the problem. Like Swachh Bharat Mission, government in launching and spending the lot of money, huge amount of money to make the successful of this campaign, make it a successful of the program. But what the things is happening, you can, being a user, you can identify, is it happening, is it what the vision behind the program, or what the actual outcomes is coming, is in both are in the same plate, same level. If not, that is the problem. If is not, means your vision is something behind the program and that, and outcome is and in another level, means in down the level, then actually there is a problem in the society, problem in the system. So you have to be, this way you can identify the problem. Okay, so now you, because you are in the system, you are in the society, you are in the industry, naturally you are the best person to identify any problems related to that particular thing. Now, what the next step? Because you have to be write a proposal. So naturally, problem identification means context should be very clear in a researcher mind. Okay, this is the problem according to the, this is the problem. The whole study, all my proposal will be around this problem. Now, what is the next thing you have to be doing? You have to be doing the in-depth study of that particular proposals. Okay, particular proposal in-depth study. What is the meaning of the in-depth study? In-depth study is that basically you have to get the knowledge about, is any research is conducted in this field. It does some researcher address this problem in previous research? If yes, then what the things he noticed down, and what the manner he noticed down, all these things you have to be understand about the problem. So naturally you are basically, you are what you are doing, bigger researcher, you have to be identified the problem, then you are taking the in-depth study of this particular problem. And when you're going downward with the problems and in-depth study, then every minor details, everything that is related with the problem, it will comes up to you, and you can able to find the probable solution of that particular problems. Probable solution means these these problem can be addressed, can be handled in this manner or in this manner or in this manner. Naturally, the title, and when this three things comes into your that is study, then you can able to frame up good proposal for a funding agency, because all the funding agency looking for a very good proposal that basically handling or address a society problem or the industry problem. So naturally you are identifying a problem related to society, and even you are proposing some probable solutions. And naturally this is going to be benefit to the industry, or as well as the society, or as well as the government is also be very interested to take this type of proposal. So this basically the first, that is the title of the project, is very important. That's why I've taken and spended a lot, that is more than 5 minutes on this, because it is the first and very important part of your start of your, because if you started in a very good manner, then you can be in the complete your proposal will get accepted in the some platform actually. Okay, now I'm moving to the next thing. Why it is important, why I'm talking about why it is the research proposal is important. It is important for your career development, for a grant, because for a grant money, for skill development, for societal benefits, and support the government program. Already I discussed this thing, because if your proposal is accepted in government or the semi government in the funding agency or the industry, then it will help in your, it will bring the growth in your career. You, because you can write, because your proposal in uh, part of this you will get the grant money against your proposal, and on the basis of that you have to be not spend a single pie from your pocket. Everything are given by the funding agency, means all the funds related to the research, related to the any resource, human resource you needed to complete this project, like any type of machinery, any types of things, any type of equipments, any type of the software required to complete this proposal, all be funded by the such initiative. And actually it help, it is not only your skill, your knowledge, your expertise is going to be used in this that is project. Okay, so naturally it is very important for every person who are directly or indirectly related to the academics. So naturally academics, this is everyone are doing, everyone, because when we completed our PhD, and when our oath is given to us, you have to, now you have completed the highest degree, you are awarded with the Doctor of Philosophy. Now your, what is your duty? You have to be served to the, serve for the society, and for the, you have to become a helping or the supporting hands for the governments. So naturally, we all are doing in our part in a good manner too, for the society, for our economy, for our governments. So basically, that is we. This is the very important for your career, for your nation, for your even for your dream, because this is all is important. Okay. Now we are coming to the starting point. Okay. Now what is it? What is I'm going to take? This is the basically someone a starting point of any project already in hand, or developing a proposal and seeking a fund agency, both the things. Because if you project in hand, in that case this session is going to be held. If you are developing a proposal and seeking a funding agency, then this session is going to be really useful for you. Okay, let's start. Let's see. funding agency are researcher to submit a pro. Okay, now funding agency, what the funding agency want from the researcher, they ask researcher to submit a proposal. Proposal means that just like a synopsis for your thesis. You have to be cover what is the problem you identify, that is introduction, and the profiling of the problems, what the demographic profiles you are going to be handling in this stage, what will be your research area, what the timing of the study means, time period you're going to be covered in the 2 year, and the what data you are going to be take past 10 years data, past 50-year data, or past 100 data, what you are going to be take, it depends. So you have to be write all those things in a very systematic manner to in the form of a proposal to that is funding agency. And after the submission of the proposal, funding agency, what the funding agency will scrutinize all the proposal received and their parameters. So you have the different parameters on the basis of the innovative projects, how many, what the problem the researcher is going to be handle in the projects, and what's the probable solution he identified, and how it is be so going to be solve. So naturally, these all things on the different parameter, the different agency. On the basis of that, they select the or reject the project. So naturally, this funding agency open their gateway in the periodic manner and make the calls for the submission of the project. So you have to be just be visited to that particular type of that is the funding agency, and regularly visit the websites of this funding agency and try to find out if any opening of the research proposal. They are calling for a research proposal, so you have to make ready. Means you after the opening of the proposal, you do not get the time for the preparation. So what you have to be do? You have to be do the preparation and the all those things. That means all the proposal your proposal must be in ready manner to submit in the platform. So naturally, you have to be work hard and the problem identification, then preparation of the proposals, and ready to and wait to open any call, ad hoc call in the website. When then open, you can submit your proposal in a very that is prescribed manner as well as depends upon their criteria of okay applications. Now, when the opening are is that how you are going to be research this research proposal, how you are going to be you to respond. Get ready with the some good and funding topics already. I discussed the thing. Read guideline of the funding agency. When already your proposal is ready, means all I what I told you, you have to be ready with a good and sound proposal and must be handled in society problem or the industry problem. And then because it is you are preparing in your manner, so naturally you have to be go through the what are the guidelines this funding agency is provided or uploaded in the website. Because all this proposal you have to be converted into their guidelines. There must be there is the that is paragraph how to be you have to means writing that is plagiarism guideline, is their presentation guideline, everything will be mentioned on the funding agency. So you have to be what you have to be do because your proposal is ready. Then you have to be convert this your proposal into as per the guidelines provided by the different funding agency. This because one proposal, if your proposal is ready and you are going to be submitting the 5 different platform for the official guidelines, and every platform have the different guidelines. So naturally, you have to be submit the this same proposal into the different platform in a different manner according to their guidelines. Moderate your proposal accordingly as per the guideline provided by the agency. Okay. Now, process to respond. Okay, so process to response means you are submitted a project. So first you have to be type of the project. Already we are taking the which type of project because we are writing a proper research proposal for fund agency. Next, what is the step you have to be the bigger research and you have to find out what are the different funding agencies available in India, which are basically some are funding agency collecting the accepting the proposal regarding related to the medical research. Some of the funding agency basically only accepting related to the engineering field. So naturally, you have to find out the correct funding agency and according to your discipline. If you are in the social science area, so naturally you have to find out those type of funding agencies basically who are dealing with this and who are providing this type of opportunities to the researcher. So naturally find the funding agency. That is your second task. Then tailor general proposal to cause. Okay. My means they already all the funding agencies make a call on their website and tailor because already it is in a very particular manner they want the proposal. So naturally, telejournal proposal is very structured proposal they want from you. So that is, and then you have to be submit the full proposal to the website in a particular manner. Then agency review will be started. An agency review, as I told, on the different parameter. Every agency have the different parameter, but some common parameters are innovative fields, innovation, and the problem handling. What type of problem you are going to be addressed in the society? Is your whole problem is a hypothesis, is a way, or imaginary, or actually you are handling or any real problem that is in of the society. So naturally, agency review. This is the most important parameter. Rest of the things can be changed, but this thing is the researcher perspective about their proposal. So naturally, this parameter is very important for your acceptance of the proposal. So naturally, agency review, then accept and decline. They thoroughly review in the review process, one cycle, two cycle, three cycle, whatever. Then acceptance or decline will receive. If acceptance decline is received, means in that case, what the things means, don't be nervous because you have to be work on your project and ready to submit in the next coming year. Because there is some mistake or the some the area that is not your covered in that particular project. That's why your proposal is not accepted. Okay. Okay. Pardon 1 minute. I'm just okay. Sorry. Is I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, accept and decline means if your proposal is declined, then I am just consoling everyone because if your proposal accept, don't be nervous, don't be for give up your thing because you are taking the step taken the stand, but maybe something you missed in the proposal. So that is you have to be addressed and then re-putting them into another platform or wait. Or if you want to be, go with the same platform, so naturally you have to wait for a year or 6 months because this window will open 6 monthly or yearly basis. So naturally you have to wait accordingly. If proposal is accepted, in that case, you have to be complete formalities of means all the that is resume of the your principal investigator, all those things that is you taken in the synopsis portion means proposal. You have to be taken in the complete format and complete the formality and then carry out the project. And after the review, the project will complete and submit in the prescribed timeline because timeline most of the project will submit in the 2 years. So naturally, you have to be submit your complete thesis or dissertation within that timeline. Okay. Now, types of the projects. What are the different types of a project? The maybe some study government is doing something, or the some industry is doing something, or they are asking for a pilot study from the researcher, not the complete study, because pilot study, what is the thing they to complete to get the complete knowledge of anything, they have to be test the thing. Is it the hypothesis going in a right manner? If I am addressing the correct problem of the society, so naturally they go with the questionnaire. Is my questionnaire is correct? I'm able to find out all the response, and all the response that I want from my research. That naturally, in this manner, the industry can conduct a pilot study. Researcher can conduct, any medical agency and government agency can conduct. In that manner, they want the pilot study, proposal for the pilot study. Pilot study basically conduct, you have to be conduct in, and the finish and complete in a very short period, that is 3 to 6 months you have to be complete. And this is the basically pilot study we are going to be tackling. The limited number is the sample size, and limited time period you have to be complete the whole study. Means the same things that is going to be covered in the entire 2 years, same things you have to be covered in the very short period, 3 to 6 months, but the you can't be skip any process or any steps that is going to be handled in the complete project. So naturally, pilot study is the very critical. But only the things is the collection part of the data will become simple, because you have to be collect the data from only 100 respondents, the very limited person time. Okay, this is the postdoc. Postdoc is also kind of for the fellowship program where all the various institutions. Currently, I'm also pursuing a postdoc from the DY Patil's Pune. So where we have them, they found they want us from the scholar. We have to be identify any problem, or you have to be take or that problem and that things will be very innovative, or you have to be study the whole thing and propose a model. On the basis of that model, that patent can be taken. So naturally, innovation comes in the postdoc. This is all the postdoc means innovation associated with this thing. And the fellowship, so many fellowship programs are running by industries, by institutions, and the other institutions. The fellowship program is also a kind of supported with the does this that is project proposal and multi-layer clinical project. So these type of projects are. So what the area you will have, take accordingly your projects will be. Okay. Now, now what the five why 5 why is related to a topic. Why it is important already, because when you explore the problem, identify the naturally you handle why portion. Second is what is the relevance, what are the hypotheses. Now in the second step, you have to be focused on the 3 what. 3 what means what is the relevance of the, that is statement of problem. Okay, what is the statement of the problem of your study? What are the hypotheses? Means what the you are assuming this is going to be happen with your data, because because all the study is based on the assumption, or that all assumption is called the hypothesis. Okay. So what the hypothesis of the study? Third, what are the research method you are going to be after for the research? Okay, and this you have to be refine your topic in this manner. And naturally, 3 whats you have to be handled. And next is the type of the research. Your research is a qualitative research or is a quantitative research? Because if you are qualitative, your research is a qualitative research. That in that case, you have to be basically, you are addressing the behavioral problems, behavioral issues, behavioral things that is associated with the human things, or that is ultimately impacting the decisions of anything. Means, like buying decisions, like anything. Why the insurance company are conducting a qualitative research? Because if the person, why the person is going to buy a insurance, that is. Okay, policy. So naturally, qualitative research are basically companies and things are doing. But quantitative research means if I want to be show, because I want to be see the projection of something, forecasting of something, prediction of something. That In that case, the quantitative research is important. In that case, QM is important because projection we can't be do the projection on the basis of the qualitative data. Quantitative projection and the prediction of anything is happen on the basis of the quantity and the numerical data only. Like stock market, basically this type of research are doing continuously in the stock market, in the medical field, in the science. They are doing the things because projection means what? That is example I want to take from the that is science. How can we predict our that is Chandrayaan going to be land in that particular day and the particular area and the particular that is manner. How can we predict this? Is because all the things that is we conducted, because all these are predictions, but all these predictions are comes true. So how this comes true? All the prediction are going to be comes true because all the predictions are based on the quantitative data. Means we all the things, our science, ISRO are conducting these things on the basis of the quantitative data that is receiving on the basis of the research, continuous research. On the basis they can project the moon yarn is going to be land on that particular day or particular things or particular that is place. And actually quantity data, quantitative research is very precise in nature and pure in nature. Next, that is, so you have to be decide which type of research you are going to be complete or sorry, going to be do. So naturally, qualitative or the quantity. Next is the research area. Which type of where you are going to be conduct the research? Is there any particular area and the north of India or the east of India, or west of India, middle of the India, or the pan India? So naturally, what will be the specific area of research and specific area of research? This is also under some in the demographic manner. I can divide the area in the research area. In this manner, I can on the basis of the specialized knowledge field, I can what the area you are going to be handling, medical field, social field, psychological field, law field. Accordingly, you can see what type of area you're going to be handling in this thing. Then respondent, you have to be profiling your respondent. Profile of the respondent should be very clear in the researcher mind because you are this because you are going to be color. If you are going to be do the qualitative research and you are going to be collect the data by primary data from the survey or questionnaire. So naturally, you have to be profiling of the respondent is very important. Profiling means to whom you are going to be collect the data. It will be male, female, or both. What the age, what is the status, marital status of the respondent? It will be married or divorcee. What the marital status? Qualification of the respondent, and that is uh, that is age of the age of the respondent. These are the profiling. You have to be researcher, have to be profile this features, demographic feature of the respondent in a very in-depth mode. So naturally, the respondent profiling is important in the fifth grade. Then research period. Research period means if your research is based on the secondary data. So research period means you are taking the past 5 year data or you are taking the past 10 year data or the past 10 data or in the COVID period, you can see the lot of the study were conducted during the COVID period. So actually in that case, basically the 3 month data are taken for the study or 6 months because COVID has happened in the April 2020. So afterwards, a lot of the studies conducted on the COVID period. So actually in that case only 1 to 2 year or the whole studies period will be the 1 to 2 years because all the samples taken in the that COVID period only. Okay. Now the scope of the general action. Now, if any study is done in a specific period, it can't be generalized. For example, psychological behavior of the consumer in the COVID periods are very different they are not behaving in that in the no, it was not the normal situation when the consumer behave in that manner because everything was closed at that time and so many things are happening and but everyone feeling they are stuck in their home. So naturally, in this manner, their behavior will change. Was changed. So naturally, your scope of generalization become very limited in this manner. But if your study research period is very normal situation, then your scope of the generalization will increase in this manner. Means you have to be generalized into the to the particular area, because your research area is only you are taken the study the data from the particular area, then you can generalize for that particular period. But when you want to be generalized to the whole pan India, then your sample will be must be taken from the entire pan India, or any place that is representing the mini India. Okay, representing the mini India means like any state, any state. Okay, have the equal that is populations of all the states, that is people of all states. Means here the Maharashtrian is also here, some Bengal is also here, some Karnataka person is also here, some Tamil is also here. That mini area means it represents the it represents the mini India. Mini India means the part that is all the peoples belongs to the different states of the India in particular state, and that means if you are taking the response of these things, and then you can generalize to the whole India, because the your in response all the participations of the all states are there in the sample. So in that case, generalize it can be generalized to the family. Okay. Okay, now these are the funding agency. Various database funding agencies are available. Government funding agencies are available. Research cells or university funding agencies are available. Reputed private organization and NGOs are available. They are basically call the proposal from people's. Okay, point to be note. Because your proposal is going to be reviewed by the knowledgeable academic reviewer. Parent section में मैम को पता है. I'll come to that. Your proposal is going to review by that knowledgeable academic reviewer. Naturally, you have to be point to point. They are very sound in their particular fields, in their particular knowledge. So naturally, your proposal should be very sound and a very specific and very exact in study. Researcher usually checks already I covered knowledge of the topic, project, both the direct benefit to the society and the validity of the conclusion. These four things already I covered in my previous year, because all the things you have to be covered, you have to be taken care when you are writing the research proposal. Okay, standard element. What is the standard element for a research proposal? Cover letter, then title page, abstract, introduction, literature review, description, budget and justification, timeline, and the reference. Okay, this is the standard element. Some maybe in the some funding this will want their proposal in the some different manner, but most of the funding agencies asking or the call the application in this manner. Okay, element of the research designs. So because you are going to be going to be cover the research proposal, so your research design must be detailing of all those things. What the detailing? So because your problem statement already uncovered, that is purpose of the study. You have to be what the purpose of the study. It must be covered in your research that is proposal. Types of the investigation, which type of you are going to be establish the relation between the variable. It, it is going to be a content analysis, they are going to be practical analysis, what the things you are going to be investigation, types of investigation you have to be mentioned in the study, extent or the researcher inference means you're studying the basically because your all the data is basically covering the minimal or normality basically you are covering the interference, or it should be minimum manipulation would be minimum manipulation would be you can handle. So naturally, you have to be doing the interference is very robust होना चाहिए. Robust, it should be very robust. Or is most of the things be covered. Then study setting means study settings means you have to be covered. Um, the detail of study basically should be covered all those things you are going to be handling in your research. Next is the measurement, basically scaling, which type of scaling you are doing in the in your data, because you are going to be draw a questionnaire, prepare a questionnaire, so naturally you have to bring the scaling, and what are the categorization, how your coding be done in the your questionnaire should all be measurement part is basically handling the questionnaire part. Then data analysis. Data analysis, now I'm covering in the downward part. The unit of analysis, population to be studied, means you have to be study here. The unit of analysis means basically descriptive part is here. You have to be study the respondent, what will be the deviation from the mean, what is the things you have to be in, that is descriptive part you have to be do. Sampling design means you have to be mention the sampling. It is probability sampling or non-probability sampling. You have to be must mention. Time horizon you have to be mentioned. It is cross-sectional study or the longitudinal study. You have to be mentioned. Data collection and method means how you are going to be collected the data. Maybe I think miss the flow of the things. This is the things happen in this manner. Okay, so I think I missed the flow of this thing. Okay, but I'm taking one by one. Okay, data collection method means observation, how you are going to be collect the data, just primary data. So what are the methods your research is going to be take? And now data analysis, you have to be first the data, that is descriptive part is there, that is fill of data, goodness of fit of the data, and hypothesis. Three parts you have to be done with your data analysis part, because after the basis hypothesis, because you are find out the relation between the variables. Naturally, you are doing the multiple regression, and then afterward you are doing the that is and what of the things you are doing, that actually if accordingly you have to prepare the hypothesis. So hypothesis already prepared in somewhere in the upper part, and now this data analysis part you have to be test the hypothesis. This hypothesis by using the some good statistical tools that is fitted or it is suitable for your start. This is the basically I'm take this is the literature review part. How we are going to be do the literature review, but it is already you this will be covered in the some other course, some other day, or I think it is covered in some way. I'm not going to be take. So characteristic of the research design. What is the? It should be that when you design a writing a research proposal, so what the things or the features you have to be think, that is its neutrality. Means any questionnaire not be biased. It got any questions and questions included in a questionnaire not be biased, not be discriminated, not be pricking to, or that is your that is handling, or giving the your statement regarding to particular religions, particular society, part of the society. So means being a researcher, you should be very neutral. Means your all the statement in affirmative form, and being a like a statement, not a judgmental statement. Don't be a give the judgmental statement, kind of judgmental statements in your question. So that's actually you have to be hold on the neutrality that is feature on your questionnaire. Your questionnaire must be reliable and validated. How it is done? It is going to be covered in the someday in the this 7 days. So your questionnaire must be reliable and must be validate and have the scope of the generalization. Then okay, this four characters is very important for your research design. Now I'm going to be take the budget part of the study, because I told the budget you have to be so the budget and the bifurcations of the budget, because every project is funding agency giving the some grant on the acceptance of project. Means If you are submitting a project proposal for a mini project, so grant may be 1 to 5 lakhs. If major project is there, 5 to 10 lakhs. So naturally, in the pilot study, more less than 1 lakh in that case. So naturally, every proposal have the that is grant money. So naturally, you have to be submit a project. How you're going to be spend this money in this and the how the manner of the, so all those things we are going to be covered in the budget portion. Okay. Now preparing budget, because preparing budget you have to be meet the agency requirements. You have to follow the guidelines of the agency. Accordingly, you have to be prepared the budget. Always be budget be present in a tabulated sheet spreadsheet, and per unit cost and number of year and time period means all the things you have to be cost. It is not only in the volume you have to show. You have to be show the everything's on a per unit, a number of year and time period also. Every budget must be justified. Must justification statements must be involved in every budget. What you proposing in a proposal. Rule how to procurement if any types of assets or any services that is any resources, permanent resources we want for that. So how you are going to be procured? What the procured, and how it is what is the steps you are going to be taking. Everything must be mentioned in your proposal. Means rule of the procurement, steps of the procurement, how you are going to be validate with all things. A similar manner, if you are going to be recruit any person for your completion of the project for your project, they, in that case, what will be the recruitment procedure? What the eligible minimum qualification? What the eligible qualification for this particular post? This all things you have to be mentioned, or what the recruitment process you opt for the this document you have to be mentioned in the your proposal also. And what the typo or any type of the human error must be avoided. Now, preparing budgets. Preparing budget is basically preparing budget. You have to bifurcate the budget, whole budget into the two form, that is recurring and the non-recurring. Recurring expenses are those expenses, basically they are regular in nature, because those things we are consumed in during your project completion, that will fall under this category. Means personal, the consumer parts and the supply parts are comes under the recurring expenses. Non-recurring means when like example travel equipments and overhead charges, because when you are going to be collect the field data, then travel expenses will be happen. Otherwise, equipment once and during the whole period, you have to be purchase equipment. It is not a regular practice. Means if you are purchasing any laptop for the study, it will be once in a entire life of the project. So naturally, this is non-recurring. So naturally, project will be based. You have to bifurcate the whole things on the recurring or the non-recurring. Okay, this is the some that is I'm going to be show how you are going to be prepare the budget. Personal, personal means recurring things are here. Then subtotal anything means this is the only one thing. Recurring things, this is personal things. You have to be items must be there. One, two, three, and then if three items are there, the subtotals are will be here in total of these things. Okay. Here the justification what is required, how must be mentioned here, how many units you are required, per unit cost will be required, and the quantity, how many quantity it is required, it is all things will be mentioned on the sum total will be here. Accordingly, this fields will be one rule will complete. Subtotal, then this is subtotal of only the total and items, quantity items, this one. Okay. Consumable, that is recurring. Now it is also recurring consumable. Similar, what are the consumable things like paper, pencil, color, that is anything that is required for your notice pay. If this is comes under the consumer part. This is only the heading part. In between, in there, so many other things you can cover in the recurring things consumer part. Accordingly, you have to mention one by one all the consumable items, then sum total of the consumable. Then equipments part. What types of equipments are required for the completion of the project? Like I required any software, you required any hardware, laptop, printer, whatever the things you needed, you have to mention here and then subtotal. Okay. Travel charges. What the travel expenses may be part of this thing. So how many persons are going to be travel means, because for the data collection, investigators are not going to the field. Who will, you have to appoint the, that is you have to appoint the investigators to those who are going to be collect the data. So naturally, the traveler and in the travel expense of this investigator, you have to be adding this, and that is subtotal of the travel. And then overhead. Overhead means any the expenses which are not mentioned above in the recurring part, in the personal or the consumer or the human part, that are going to be handled. The overhead means, overhead means that is we can say that is extra things that is going to be happen at this. Okay, and a grand total, and that afterwards of the grand total. Okay, this is in this manner you can prepare the budget. So I'm just giving the some just insight about the preparation of the budget. But when you are going to submit any proposal, so naturally, accordingly, what will be the your budget? What will the grant will provided by the funding agency? You have to bifurcate and complete this. If the grant money will be 5 lakh, so then you have to be submit the budget for 4,90,000. Some 10% you have 10% of the total budget will be kept as the miscellaneous items, because some of the things can be inflation will come and naturally price will be raised in that case. So naturally you have to be kept the scope of this thing. So, miscellaneous items, your miscellaneous 10% to 20% have to be kept as a miscellaneous. Okay, and that is overhead. It comes under the overhead. Okay, now come to the requirement. Requirement, because you are the principal investigator when your project is submitted, so you become the principal investigator. So you have to appoint under your research associate, then data collection. For the data collection, you have to enumerator. You have to be appoint some enumerator for the some specific period. So accordingly, what the requirement justified the details. Case set only for the period wise, you have to be provide the summary wise details of the requirement. Show people with the zero cost. Some of the peoples are only serving on the goodwill basis only. Okay, for the for the noble cause they are helping us. And if any peoples are associated, this any type of person is associated. So in that person, you can show that person with the zero cost. Or showing the consultancy if you are taking. So what the cost is associated with this thing, you have to be show here. Okay. And in this manner, you can prepare your budget for the staff also, because it is a part of the main budget also. No? Because so how the staff recurring, technical assistant required, what is the justification for number of months, unit cost, quantity. In this manner, you have to be prepare the staff budget to the, and this is the budget with part of the main budget also. Okay, now come to the equipment. Justify, neat and the detail, use equipment at zero cost means if you are given any personal asset to using your personal asset for the project, then you can show it as a zero cost. Now, in this manner, you can prepare the equipments, non-recurring things in the laptops, statical software, for station, furniture, this thing. So this is I'm showing the just a sample. This all things are a sample. Number are in a sample. Demo numbers are given here, just to give you the idea how you're going to be prepare the budget for the equipment. Now, consumables part, printer, ink, paper, medical supplies, stationery, this sort of thing. In this manner, you can prepare the budget for the consumable part. Any questions regarding the budget, you may ask, otherwise I can proceed to the last slide or last portion of the my presentation. Any questions, or may I proceed? Hello? Okay. Okay, last is the overhead. This the things we are going to be covered in the helmet. Travel expenses, consultancy charge, institutional overhead, electricity, any types of In this manner, we are going to be present after prepare the budget for the overhead. So naturally, what I told, your whole budgets are bifurcated into the four parts: recurring part, then it is. I'm just showing you this. Okay, recurring, personal, consumable, and in the non-recurring, travel and equipment. So naturally, four part of your budget. You have to prepare the budgets in the this four part. That is personal, then consumer, travel, and equipment, and overhead. Total five parts. Sorry, personal, consumable, travel, equipment, and overhead. Total five parts of the budget have bifurcated into the five parts. Okay, this is again I'm just showing you. This is the personal, then it is requirement, then it is for the equipment, this is for the consumable, or last one is for the overhead. Okay, this is the overhead for the overhead. I am taking this number from the sum of the project published project order. So naturally, it is giving you an idea how to prepare a budget for it. Now, research proposal, it can be a mini project, major project, or the industrial project. Already I discussed. These are the list of the agency where you can see the various proposal they are asking from the researcher: DST, DBT, PSIR, MSc, DOE, DOS, ICAR, MEITY, MOP, CCMNR. Okay, these are the MOE and TGD, SERP. So these are the list of the agency where you can get. Now checklist, I'm going to be checklist means when you are writing the proposal, these are the checklist. Introduction part in the proposal, you have to be introduce the introduction, the research areas, and this research areas described, aim, the overall aim of the research is given, research objective, research questions, then critical summary, that is, and then research gap. Literature review, you have to be focused on those both the part, critical summary and the research gap. In the methodology part, you have to be taken all those things, that is data types, methodology, ethics, resources, listing timeline of the study, start time and the end times, format, okay, and reference section, you have to be full detail on all the sources that you cited for the study. Appendix, you have to be in the appendix means you have to annexure all those things, means questionnaire, any database you use, and any survey means your government service things are you taken for the study. All those things you have to add in the appendix part. Other sections you have to include the expected results, other outlines for any guidelines you have to be given. You want to be so that is other section in the appendix part. And this is the tip. The last slide is the tip. Disclose both financial and non-financial conflicts of this particular publication. Okay, publications. Be careful about the role of the funder. How it's going to be publicized your project. Study successful proposal. So for the successful proposal, you have to be read the successful proposal already those completed and submitted. So you have to be then collaborative networks, because if your research is going to be handled the multidisciplinary success, chance of acceptance will increase and the feasibility of the project. Now my session is over. It is question and answer round. Is any questions you may ask?